All right, so we're done with agriculture. Agriculture was all about the small-scale subsistence, large-scale commercial farming, and livestock farming. We talked about the prospects of developing agriculture in Pakistan and how the government is working with the agricultural industries in the development and progression of the sector. Now, mineral resources, in this topic, we'll be talking about the mineral industry of Pakistan, the exploitation of raw material, the exploration of minerals, the types of minerals, and how this industry is benefiting the economy of Pakistan. So first of all, there are two types of minerals, the metallic minerals and the non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are basically those minerals that are made up of compounds that are metallic in nature. For example, iron, copper, and the alloys of iron and copper. So you separate the pure metal by heating. So pure and impure metals, basically for metallic minerals, you need pure metallic substances, and you need to separate those pure metallic substances from impure substances through heating. And then okay, so because mineral resources are non-renewable, you use them once, you cannot replenish them again, you cannot use these materials again. So this is a typical property of a metallic mineral. Characteristics. They're economically more valuable because, for example, if you have gold, let's say, so you know, gold is valuable as compared to a rock stone, maybe. Okay. Iron is an example of a hard mineral material. Copper, you can change the shape without breaking. Metallic minerals can be stretched and compressed, and they're also good conductors of heat and electricity. And some minerals are reactive as well, reactive with acid, reactive with water. Okay, so yeah. Chromite. Now we're talking about the specific metallic minerals found in Pakistan. Number one is chromite. Chromite is known for its hardness. It is known for its electrical resistance that it gives to the steel, because so alloy is when you mix up a steel or an iron with different multiple metals. Okay, so chromite is used for bridges, for railway constructions, for furnaces, for engineering tools, for stainless steel, and this type of mineral is found in Balochistan, specifically Zahob Valley and Muslim Bagh. Now you see this is the layer of chromite. Now we have a question, a graphical interpretation question that describes the changes in production from 1990 to 2008. So in such a question, you look at the x-axis, that is the number of years, and the y-axis is the extraction per 1,000 tons. If you are asked to describe the changes, you will talk about, first of all, the general trend, and then the fluctuations specifically. So if you focus 1992, 2008, what is the general trend, Shafak? What general trend do you see here in this graph? Shafak, are you there? नहीं भी आता तो बता दो, क्योंकि इस तरह से मैं assume कर रहा हूँ कि you're not even there in class. अच्छा जी. Yes, okay. Guys, just I need to hold the call for a moment. Just a second. All right, sorry for the interruption. Ji, Shafak, the question was, if you focus on this graph, just look at question number 3. Describe the changes in production from 1992 to 2008. How would you describe the general trend of the graph? Trend hota hai ki changes kis tarah se aa rahi hain. How do you see the changes taking place in this graph? You guys can unmute yourselves and tell the answers. You look at the values for general trend. You don't specifically mention any specific value. You just generally tell the changes that you see in the graph. Gee, any one of you can answer this question.
Sir,
No?
it's quite it's going up and down, and it was highest at 2007.
Okay, so the
No, it
general
was highest in 2008.
2008, yeah. So the general trend is that it's increasing, yeah. The production,
Yeah,
yeah, the production
it's
is
slowly
increasing.
increasing.
Exactly. These fluctuations are basically the specific changes in the trend, but generally the overall trend is a gradual increase from 1992 to 2008. All right, this is how you interpret a gradual trend. You look at the first point, you draw a line from the first point to the last point, and you see in which direction is that line going. If it is an increasing graph, so you'll see, I mean, you guys have studied, I mean, probably sciences or social sciences, whatever subjects you guys have done, you guys would know that these graphs, you look at the lines, the increasing gradients. Whenever gradient is increasing, you say that, okay, this is a general increasing trend. Okay, guys, is this clear? All right, so now for the fluctuations, can anybody answer? How would you describe these fluctuations?
So the fluctuations aren't like there. Once it's increasing, then it's decreasing, then it's increasing, and there's a decrease.
But would you answer
And
it this way? It's increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. ये तो नहीं कहोगे ना answer question paper में. How would you answer this question? I mean, you're right. It's increasing, then decreasing. You see these fluctuations again and again. But how would you write an answer, a well-composed answer?
So it's a frequent increase and decrease.
Yeah, it's a frequent increase and decrease, and
it was constant in 1997 and 1998.
absolutely, it was constant for a while, and then you'll refer to certain
And then,
values as well.
yeah.
It was lowest in
Okay.
1994, yeah, and it was highest in 2008.
And it was constantly increasing from 2006 to 7.
Absolutely, yeah. From 2006 to 7, yeah, exactly. 2006 to 7, there was no decrease. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I hope you guys are clear. This is how you need to describe these graphs in the answer. Generally, these graphical questions are very easy. देखने में तो ये बहुत simple लग रहे होते हैं कि बस graph सामने आ गया है, हमें पता है क्या हो रहा है. लेकिन when it comes to writing a composed answer, you need to be very careful of these technicalities. Okay. And then see, you need to tell about the peak, you need to tell about the rises, a sharp rise in 2007, lowest in 1994, highest in 2008. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next question. Next type of metallic mineral, iron ore. Iron ore is basically another metallic mineral, and it's used in the construction and transport industry. It has 430 million ton reserves in Pakistan. Did we talk about the reserves of chromite? Yeah, it had 134 million tons. You see, you don't need to know these specific values, but generally by looking at the reserves, you get to know that, okay, this is how this mineral is extracted. I mean, this is in this much quantity, this mineral is available in the country. Yeah. So iron ore has these different types, further types: magnetite, limonite, hematite, and sinterite. So yeah. Now the third type of, wait, so this is the picture. And the third type of mineral is copper. Copper is used for different electrical appliances, for coating of wirings, not coating, but wires, the material of wire itself. Because copper is a good conductor of electricity, electrical current can flow very easily in the copper wires. And you can find the copper reserves near Balochistan. Chahi is the specific region in Balochistan where copper reserves are present. Sendak Copper and Gold Mining Project. This is one of the projects laid down by the government and in collaboration with the Australian companies. And the purpose of this project was to explore copper and gold mines in Pakistan to extract the most of these minerals for different construction industries. So this Chinese metallurgical construction company and two Australian companies, they explored these deposits of copper, gold, and silver in Balochistan. And then they built this plant known as the Sindak plant. Later on, this plant was further developed with the assistance of German and French companies who provided water and power supplies. And this plant is basically used for the generation of power. 40 megawatts of power is generated per year at this plant site. And yeah, so this is why this project is very, very important. When you talk about the exploration of copper, gold, or silver, you need to mention about these projects, because this is, I mean, these projects tell you about how these minerals are being explored in the country, and the efforts of the government for the exploration of such materials. Manganese, bauxite, and silicite. These are the three different metallic minerals. You just need to know roughly the areas. Mostly they're found in Balochistan, KPK, and some areas of Punjab. Okay, so yeah. Now the non-metallic minerals. The second type of minerals is the non-metallic. They're made of non-metallic compounds: limestone, gypsum, rock stones. Okay, the characteristics are that they're less valuable and they are softer. They're rough. They're not shiny. They break away when you change their shape. For example, clay. Have you guys played with modeling clay in school anytime? Have you guys made sculptures out of modeling clay?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you ever try to break those sculptures or change their shape? तो क्या होता है? You never do that. Yeah, if you try to mold them, it'll definitely break away right to that instant. Why? Because this is the property of clay, because clay is a non-metallic mineral, and you immediately break its shape when trying to you immediately break it when trying to change its shape. All right. So even if you look at rock stone or general rocks, you cannot change their shapes. They're very hard. But metals, if you try to, if you have you ever, I mean, tried to change the shape of a copper wire, you can easily bend wires, you can easily change their shapes without breaking those metals. So metals can be molded in different substances by heating as well, by welding and heating. This is the major difference between metallic and non-metallic minerals. Okay, poor thermal and electrical conductors. They're less reactive with acid and water. Limestone is just an exception because limestone is reactive. Limestone is copper carbonate, CO3, no, calcium carbonate, sorry, CaCO3, yeah. And okay, rock salt is the first example of non-metallic mineral. It is also, I mean, it's also used for cooking purposes. It's also used for baking, for the making of baking sodas, for textile industries, food processing industries, tanning industries, and it's found in Khebra mines, Kalabagh area, Warcha area. Has anybody been to Khebra mines near Kalar Kahar, the salt mines there? Do you guys know about Khebra mines? No? Nobody? Now, guys, just Google Khebra mines after this class. Okay, you'll see. And if you get a chance, please visit as well. These mines are open for tourists. They're near Kalar Kahar. And if anybody of you lives in Islamabad or Rawalpindi or maybe Lahore as well, because these Kalar Kahar, you can get to Kalar Kahar en route from Islamabad to Lahore or Lahore to Islamabad, and you can access the area through motorways as well. So just visit Khebra mines. They're one of the largest mines in the world, and you can see, if you see this picture, this is rock salt. Rock salt is mostly found in Khebra mines, and those mines are made up of salt. You go in, it's like you go inside a cave in a mountain, and that cave is made of salt, that mountain is made up of salt, and they've made these ways for tourists to visit. You can even touch the salt. You can even extract salt from the walls, from the floor. I mean, you'll be surrounded with salt all around once you visit those mines. So if you get a chance to visit, you'll get to know a lot about the exploration of and extraction of salt in Pakistan, the rock salt specifically. Okay, so yeah, gypsum. Gypsum is another type of non-metallic mineral. It's used for the manufacturing of paints. It's a raw material for cement and fertilizer industry, and it's also used in agriculture because gypsum basically reduces the salinity of soils. So saline soil that has a lot of salt content is not good for plants. Okay, so once you spread gypsum, it reduces the salinity of soils, and soil without salt content is definitely good for agricultural purposes. Gypsum is also used for lining of canals, and it is also found in Khewra district and Dadu Field and Dodes. All of these are areas where you can find gypsum. Limestone. Limestone is also a raw material for cement industry. It is used for building the factories. It is used as a bleaching powder for soaps, for paper, for paint, for chemical industry. And you can find limestone in a lot of areas in Pakistan, in Sindh, in Punjab, all right, in Balochistan. So for agriculture, lime is used as a fertilizer. It reduces the acidity and salinity of soil. Cement, cement is used in the construction industry, all the urbanization that's taking place in Pakistan for construction of roads, bridges, buildings, housing societies. Now, because housing societies are in trend in Pakistan these days, you see a lot of private investors. They are investing in the property sector of the country. Urbanization is on rise. You see the northern areas are being developed with latest infrastructure facilities, for example, the roads, bridges, hotels, housing, and cement is in demand. It is the most important raw material for the construction industry, and lime is a raw material for the cement industry as a chain sequence. Okay, now here's a question regarding the map. Guys, study this map carefully. These triangles are rock salt extraction areas, and these squares are limestone extraction areas. The question is, describe the distribution of limestone extraction in Pakistan. How would you describe the extraction of, and if I tell you guys that this is a 4-mark question, so how would you describe the extraction of limestone in Pakistan by looking at this map? Open question for everyone. देखते हैं कौन इनिशिएटिव लेता है आंसर करने का.
So it is more spread out as compared to the rock salt.
All right, that's one point. And how would you, can you maybe justify the statement that it's more spread out?
You can find it in Sindh, Balochistan, and near KPK, and a little bit in Punjab.
Okay, yeah. Anybody else? Sorry guys, I got a call, so I had to mute myself. So yeah, I was asking a question regarding the distribution of limestone extraction areas. Abiba said that this it's very widespread because of the areas. For example, you can find the extraction areas in Balochistan, Sindh, Punjab. Guys, I need 2 more points. You need to study this map. You'll come across these questions, and you'd have to get. I mean, in order to get full marks, you'd have to write these points. So how would you, even if you don't know the answers, how would you try to make up these points by looking at this map? क्या और ऐसा लिखें कि marks मिल रहे हैं? Nobody? No? Guys? No response? Can you
So
maybe?
there are more limestones near the rock salts. Maybe.
Okay, well, that's one way of saying, I mean, writing that. Or you could maybe say the extraction areas are more concentrated in Punjab and KPK areas. Because you see there are more extraction places here in the center.
Yes.
Yeah, they're more concentrated here, and there are very few in Balochistan, just 2 of these areas. You can maybe talk about that. And you can also, by your prior knowledge, you can talk about the specific areas. Write down some names of the cities of Punjab, Balochistan, Sindh. They can. Widespread, first point, Potova Plateau, NWF Punjab border. जो मैं कह रहा था यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा concentrated है this place. This is Potova Plateau here. It's found in North Balochistan. I mean, you're now more specific for the province. Instead of just writing it's found in Balochistan, you're talking about the northern side of Balochistan, central and southern Sindh. See, 1 in central Sindh and 3 in southern part of Sindh. And Karachi is a specific area. Yeah. That is how you need to think to get these maps. All right. And maps are a very, very important part of your geography exam. ये तो भूल जाए कि map नहीं आएगा. But this is not even a prediction. This is something that everybody knows. Geography exam or map na ho, that is not possible. So so have your preparation for maps and graphs. Very, very important things. Okay, marble. Now continuing with the non-metallic minerals, marble, sulfur, and clays. So marble is again a very important raw material for the construction industry. As the construction industry flourishes, the demand for marble will also increase. All right. It's found in Chavi, it's found in Bulacan, all of these areas in Balochistan, okay? And marble is also exported to other countries. Pakistan ki marble extraction is so good that we don't even just extract it for our local uses, but we also export marble to other countries. Sulfur, on the other hand, is used for making of explosive materials, for fertilizers, paints, dyes, and it's found in Kohe Sultan, Sani, in Balochistan and Sindh. And then clay is used for, again, in construction industry. It is used in the ceramics industry. Okay, there are 3 types of clay: China clay, fire clay, and fuller's clay. You should know the differences. China clay is used in ceramics industry. Fire clay is used for insulation of for insulation and preparation of bricks. So guys, if you've seen those brick kilns, if you've traveled across Pakistan to GT Road via motorways, not motorways, GT Road, you would have seen brick kilns. These large furnaces, outdoor furnaces for the preparation of bricks. Has anybody seen brick kilns? Yes. So those brick kilns are basically large furnaces made out of bricks for the preparation of bricks, and they're insulated with fire clay. So the inner area of a brick kiln, all the inner surfaces are basically coated with fire clay, and because fire clay acts as an insulation material, so all the heat that's created, think of it as an oven with all these insulations, and just to keep the heat inside the kiln. Okay, and the fuller's clay is used in steel mills, and it's found in the Suleiman ranges of the Balochistan plateau. Then soapstone, barite, not very important. We're going to just skip these. Importance of minerals in general. Now, since you've studied metallic and non-metallic minerals, okay, guys, just a rapid fire question. tell me names of any 3 metallic minerals and any 3 non-metallic minerals. I want Amna to answer the first question, 3 metallic minerals, and Shafaq to answer the second question, 3 non-metallic minerals. Guys, jaldi se, rapid fire.
Metallic minerals: gold,
Yeah.
iron,
Okay. Think on these lines. Just one
copper.
more. Copper, absolutely. Iron, gold, copper. Well done. Okay. Shafaq, non-metallic minerals. Shafaq, are you there? Okay. Habiba, can you name 3 non-metallic minerals?
Clay,
Hmm.
marble,
Hmm.
limestone.
Limestone, absolutely. Okay. So in questions that, I mean, in general questions regarding minerals and the importances, you will have to name these as examples, okay? So you should know a few examples, I mean, 4 to 5 names, just so you can write them as examples in your answers. Importance of minerals, guys, GNP, 0.5% contribution. Raw material for a lot of industries, for cement, for construction, for fertilizer industries, for textile industries. They are even exported. They produce this employment because the more the industries are developed, the more people will be needed to work in those industries and hence contributing to the to an increase in the employment. They save foreign exchange earnings to the country, power for industries, and fuel for transportation. All right, so now this graph here shows extraction of minerals in 2008 in Pakistan. Name 2 materials shown in figure 6 that are used to make cement. Oh, yes. Yes. Chromite, limestone, gypsum, barite, rock salt. Production of cement.
Can you repeat the question?
Which of these 5 minerals here, chromite, limestone, gypsum, barite, rock salt, are used in making of cement? Guys, abhi pada hai.
Limestone.
Limestone, yes, yes, another mineral. Gypsum, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Limestone and gypsum. Okay, we're done here. We are gonna continue with the mining processes in the next lecture. Guys, by the way, okay, let me end the recording first of all.